Did you know that your brain could start declining years before you even notice it? Research shows that by age 70, nearly 1 in 5 adults may already be experiencing cognitive decline. Yet most people ignore the signs until it's too late. But here's the good news. The way you live your daily life has a powerful impact on how sharp and focused you stay as you age. In this video, I'm going to share 7 simple but powerful daily habits that can dramatically improve your memory, focus, and mental clarity. These habits are backed by science, easy to implement, and can make a lasting difference in how well your brain functions in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Stay with me until the end, because the final habit is one that most people overlook, yet it could be the key to staying sharp for years to come. Alice was 74 when she first started noticing changes in her memory. She would walk into a room and forget why she was there. Conversations that once flowed easily now left her searching for words. It wasn't drastic, but it worried her. One morning, while visiting her daughter, Alice was introduced to crossword puzzles. At first, she found them frustrating, but her daughter encouraged her to stick with it. Alice decided to spend just 15 minutes each morning working on puzzles over her coffee. Weeks went by and something remarkable happened. Alice found herself recalling names faster, remembering details from conversations, and feeling sharper overall. It wasn't just the puzzles. It was the habit of challenging her brain each day that made the difference. The good news is that you can do the same. Spending just 15 minutes a day solving puzzles, playing memory games, or even learning new words helps create new neural pathways that keep your brain active and sharp. It doesn't have to be complicated. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, memory cards, or even a simple brain training app can all do wonders for your mind. Have you ever tried crossword puzzles or memory games? Comment yes if you enjoy brain teasers, and if you haven't tried them yet, now is the perfect time to start. Tom was 72 when he started feeling off. He'd forget small things, like where he left his keys or what he walked into the kitchen for. He brushed it off at first, blaming it on age. But soon he noticed his energy fading too. Even simple tasks felt harder, and his mind seemed slower than before. That's when Tom decided to make a small change. Each morning, instead of lingering in his chair with the morning news, he put on his sneakers and walked around his neighborhood for 30 minutes. At first, it didn't seem like much. But after a few weeks, Tom felt different, sharper, more energized. He found himself recalling details from conversations more easily and completing tasks without that sluggish feeling. His morning walks didn't just improve his body, they rewired his brain. That's because physical movement, even something as simple as a daily walk, boosts blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients that improve memory and focus. You don't have to start with intense exercise. A brisk walk, light dancing, or even stretching can do wonders. The key is consistency. Aim for at least 30 minutes a day. So what's your favorite way to stay active? Let me know in the comments below. Margaret always considered herself sharp, but by the time she turned 75, she started feeling foggy in the mornings. She'd forget appointments, misplace her glasses, and often felt mentally sluggish well into the afternoon. Her daughter, a nutritionist, suggested that Margaret try changing her breakfast. Margaret realized her mornings often started with sugary cereals, toast, or pastries. Quick and easy, but not exactly brain fuel. So she made a switch. Instead of reaching for processed carbs, she started her mornings with scrambled eggs cooked in olive oil, a handful of walnuts, and a side of blueberries. The difference was remarkable. Within weeks, Margaret felt more alert, her memory improved, and that morning brain fog gone. She wasn't just eating better, she was feeding her brain what it needed. Starting your day with foods rich in healthy fats, antioxidants, and protein can do the same for you. Eggs, avocado, nuts, and berries are packed with nutrients that fuel your brain, improve focus, and keep your memory sharp. So what's your go-to breakfast for energy and focus? Share your ideas in the comments. You might just inspire someone else to make a powerful change. George was 78 when he started to feel like his mind wasn't as sharp as it once was. He'd often forget names or lose his train of thought mid-conversation. It wasn't serious, but it worried him. That's when George decided to challenge himself. He'd always wanted to learn Spanish, so he downloaded a language app and committed to practicing for 20 minutes a day. At first, it felt overwhelming, remembering new words, practicing pronunciation. But George stuck with it. After a few months, something surprising happened. Not only was George learning Spanish, but his memory improved in other areas too. He felt sharper in conversations, started recalling details more easily, and even noticed an improvement in his focus. That's no coincidence. Learning new skills, whether it's a language, a musical instrument, or even a creative hobby, strengthens your brain's neural connections. This process has been shown to improve memory, boost cognitive function, and protect against decline. The best part? It's never too late to start. Even just 15 to 20 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Have you ever tried learning a new skill later in life? Comment yes if you've given it a shot, and if you haven't, now might be the perfect time to start. Carol was 75 when she started to feel more isolated. After her husband passed away and her children moved farther away, her days became quieter. She spent more time alone, and over time, she noticed her mind felt slower. She'd struggle to recall details from conversations or forget what she was about to say. Then one afternoon, her neighbor invited her to join a weekly card group. Carol hesitated at first. She hadn't played cards in years, but she decided to give it a try. That one decision changed everything. The group wasn't just about cards. It was filled with lively conversation, jokes, and shared stories. Each week, Carol's mind felt sharper. She remembered names faster, kept up with conversations more easily, and felt more engaged with the world around her. That's because social interaction does far more than lift your mood. It strengthens mental agility and reduces the risk of dementia. Conversations challenge your memory, your ability to focus, and even your problem-solving skills, all of which keep your brain working at its best. Staying socially active doesn't have to mean big gatherings. Even just calling a friend, joining a local group, or chatting with neighbors can give your brain the stimulation it needs. When was the last time you had a great chat with a friend? Tell me in the comments. And if it's been a while, consider reaching out to someone today. It could make all the difference. Henry had always been an early riser, but by the time he turned 76, mornings didn't feel the same. He'd wake up feeling groggy, struggle to focus, and spend half the day battling brain fog. Even after a full night's sleep, his mind felt slow and unfocused. Frustrated, Henry started researching ways to improve his rest. He discovered something surprising. The quality of his evening routine was just as important as the hours he spent in bed. So Henry made some changes. He began turning off his TV and phone 90 minutes before bed. Instead of scrolling through the news or watching late-night shows, he spent that time reading, stretching, or listening to calming music. He also adjusted his room temperature, keeping it cool and dark. Within weeks, Henry noticed a huge difference. He woke up feeling refreshed, his mind felt sharper, and that foggy feeling, gone. That's because your brain relies on deep, high-quality sleep to clear toxins, repair cells, and strengthen memory. To improve your sleep, start with a simple 90-minute reset each night. Turn off screens an hour before bed to reduce blue light exposure, keep your room cool to improve sleep quality, and aim for a consistent bedtime to help your body develop a natural rhythm. What's your best tip for a restful night's sleep? Let me know in the comments. And if you're struggling with morning brain fog, give this routine a try. It could change everything. Nancy had always been an active and social person, but by the time she turned 80, she felt more anxious than usual. Her thoughts seemed scattered and her mind often felt overwhelmed, like she couldn't focus no matter how hard she tried. That's when her friend suggested something simple. Try spending a little more time outside. Nancy started small. Each afternoon, she took a 20-minute walk in the park near her home. No phone, no music, just quiet moments surrounded by trees, fresh air, and bird song. At first, she didn't expect much, but after just a couple of weeks, she felt calmer. Her mind seemed clearer and she noticed her thoughts were more organized. Even simple decisions, like what to cook for dinner, seemed easier. Nancy's results weren't just in her head. Studies show that spending time in nature improves focus, reduces stress, and boosts mental clarity. Just 20 minutes outside can lower cortisol levels, calm anxious thoughts, and improve brain function. And you don't have to hike through a forest to feel the benefits. Sitting on your porch, walking through your garden, or spending time in a local park can work wonders. Do you have a favorite spot where you like to relax outdoors? Share it with us in the comments. And if you haven't built a nature break into your day yet, this simple habit could make a big difference. Frank was 77 when he started feeling weighed down by negativity. Small frustrations seemed bigger than they used to, and his mind often drifted toward worries and regrets. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't shake that anxious feeling. That's when Frank's daughter gave him a notebook and a simple challenge. Every night, write down 3 positive moments from your day, no matter how small. Frank didn't expect much, but he gave it a try. Some nights it was easy, like writing about a funny conversation or a good meal. Other nights he struggled to find something positive, but he always wrote something down, even if it was as simple as a sun was shining. Over time, something changed. Frank felt calmer. He worried less, slept better, and even noticed his memory improving. By focusing on positive moments, his mind naturally started to shift away from stress and negativity, and that mental clarity followed him throughout the day. The power of gratitude isn't just emotional, it's backed by science. Writing down 3 positive moments each evening trains your brain to focus on the good, improving mental clarity, reducing anxiety, and boosting your overall well-being. It only takes 5 minutes, but those few moments can have a lasting impact. So, what's one thing you're grateful for today? Comment below, and if you haven't tried gratitude journaling yet, tonight is the perfect time to start. It might just change the way you think. The choices you make today shape your future. Each of these 7 habits may seem simple on their own, but together they create powerful change. A change that can keep your mind sharp, your memory strong, and your focus clear well into your later years. The key isn't to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Instead, pick just one habit today, one small change that feels manageable, and start there. Maybe it's adding a short walk to your morning, starting a gratitude journal, or spending 15 minutes on a puzzle each day. Every step you take is an investment in your future, a way to protect your mind, your independence, and your quality of life for years to come. So, which habit are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments. And remember, your future is in your hands. The actions you take today can help you stay sharper, stronger, and healthier than you ever thought possible.